Your name Tyson sounds very dear to many Chinese people.
Thai in Vietnamese also mean different, have a different sense. But Thai here, I think it's more like intellect.
Even though you had an easy access to playing piano, it is right during the Vietnam War. So how did you learn the piano back then?
If during my time and if fighting, like a aircraft came and bombed, so we had to stop.
You become known to the public as the winner of the International Chopin Piano Competition. So when did you fall in love Chopin?
In the silence, in the darkness, and suddenly it's very impressive.
自从22岁在第10届肖邦国际钢琴大赛上一举夺魁后，亚洲首位肖赛冠军就成为了邓泰山身上最闪亮的标签。如今，这位低调谦逊的钢琴大师已过花甲之年，岁月令他指尖流淌出的音乐更加细腻丰富。从东方到西方，回顾邓泰山充满传奇色彩的音乐道路，如同一场不可复制的命运之旅。本期可凡倾听，就让我们从这场旅途的起点泰山这个颇具中国风的名字开始聊起。
Oh, Mr. Tyson, it's my pleasure to interview you in Shanghai. I think your name Tyson sounds very dear to many Chinese people because it is not only the name of a famous mountain in Chinese, but also conveys some special meanings. Where did your parents get the idea for this name?
So actually, the Tai Shan Mountain is also very famous in Vietnam. So that, so my parents gave me this name. This name have two meanings. So first, we have beautiful poem about Tai Shan Mountain in Vietnamese. Can I say in Vietnamese? Công cha như núi Thái Sơn, ơn mẹ như nước trong nguồn chảy ra. It's the poetry. So it means that what the father does for a child is so great, like a Tai Shan Mountain. And what the mother does for a child is like a water flowing in the river. Yeah, so it's very beautiful. So it's the first meaning that they choose this, Tai Shan. Second one meaning is Thai. Is at the same time it's family name of my mother.
Oh.
A long, many generations from Fujian province. Yeah, and so my mother born in Chinatown in Saigon before we go to Saigon. So I have tongue line from father, Thai from mother, and Tai Shan.
Actually, in Chinese, Thai means peaceful and lucky meaning. Yeah, something like that.
Actually, yeah, Thai in Vietnamese also mean different, have a different sense. But Thai here, I think it's more like intellect, something intellect.
I know that you have a pianist mother and a poet father. So do you think the expectation for you were the same?
Mother pianist, so she's more realistic. Father poet, you know.
Romantic.
Yeah, so they make a good balance. So that my mother always tend to not bring too much ambition for the child. So, yeah, so my father, he really know who is who. But my mother always said, "Oh, calm down, calm down," to be humble.
I just saw a video that your mom played Chopin when she was 100 years old. It's incredible. I'm very impressed by this video. Yeah.
Someone posted on the YouTube, and we have more than 7 million viewers.
Wow.
And one thing, 100 and play at home is different, but when playing concert, it's different. It's very different.
Even though you had an easy access to playing piano, it is right during the Vietnam War. So how did you learn the piano back then?
So actually, at home in our family, I'm the youngest in the family. So my sister, brother, they all play something. Piano, cello. So my turn, my parents said, too noisy at home, so stop, don't play. So like usually if parents say no, the child said, yes, I want, right? Yeah, so they have a piano at home, so I really want make it like a toy with the sound. Yes, so bum, 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 find the sound of the piano. And then my parents observed and said, oh, this boy look like have a really interest on that. So to be a musician in general, it not look for the hand, because many people said, oh, for the pianist have a beautiful hand, but look like, you see it like a peasant. They have to work very hard. So important is the ear, the hearing. Yeah. So they try my ear and said, okay, so really have a music sense. So that they allow me to study piano when I was about 4 years. But seriously, to the systematically only when I was 6, and immediately started the war in north of Vietnam. So how the music school evacuated to the mountain. So my mother, she was the teacher, piano teacher, so we have to move. So I follow her to the mountain. And how long? 5 years we stay there. So you know the other instrument like a violin easy to carry, a piano is heavy, yeah. So on the mean of transport it hard. So we have to cross 4 rivers. So on the bridge it bombed, so it broken. So the piano, a couple piano, upright piano only, so we can move by buffalo, the animal. Move to the mountain and it takes a few months. So when the piano arrived, half of the keyboard not work because rain and string broken, so it's really, so we have to share, many students share with the same piano. So I was 7 at that time, so I have about 30 minutes to practice every day. And if during my time and if fighting, like a aircraft came and bombed, so we had to stop. So beginning year, so we have to stop and listen what is going. And then we started to learn the sound of the aircraft. So if American aircraft, they go to bomb, so they move very quickly, very fast. So the sound is very aggressive. That you have to be careful. But if the Soviet aircraft is meant from our side, so they sound very moderate, like that, very moderate, because only God. So it's not dangerous. Then not losing side, continue practice. You see, so sometimes music ear it help.
So were you scared at that time?
Beginning a bit, and then we get used. And especially like a children, I was 7, 8 years. So daytime, my mother went to school to teach, and the children stay in the village. And when they are fighting, we should go to underground, but we did not want. So all the children go and to see how they are fighting. Yeah, it's like a movie, you know. Yeah. But actually, the life is over there. It's like a stone age. No civilization, no electricity, and everything is basic. Yeah. So question of how to survive. Not sure how to learn music. I think it's in terms of the technique, not much. That only, but I think for become an artist and musician, very important is emotional and the contact with the nature, contact with the human being, so that we have more things to say with our music later. Yeah, so this part is quite good. So yeah, we have a lot of, we share like a, how the school, like a big family. We share our joy, we share our food, we share our pain, everything. Yeah, so emotional side is very good, very sensitive. Yeah.
You become known to the public as the winner of the International Chopin Piano Competition. So when did you fall in love Chopin?
From this mountain, and at night, so very quiet, and everything is sleeping. And my mother, at the time that with the little candlelight, and she started to play. Her favorite music is Chopin.
Chopin.
So she plays some melody, small piece like a mazurka, nocturne. And this melody suddenly so impressed me so much. It's not, if let's say it play in this room, for example, you see, it's different, you know. But when in the mountain, in the silence, in the darkness, and suddenly, it's very impressive. Yeah, it's very poetic. Then I really have special luck or destiny with the Chopin music. Why? So this during the 60 years, right? So they have another Chopin competition also in 1970. And my mother, she was invited to the competition in Poland like a guest, not to play, like a guest. So she brought back, after the competition, she brought back home completely music score of Chopin, recording of the Chopin music, and talk a lot about Chopin competition. I did not have anything much about Mozart, Beethoven, Bach, but I have Chopin. So day and night I hear this music and I play this music, and it's like a destiny.
As a Viennese pianist studying in Moscow, so was it difficult for you to attend the competition in Poland?
I just look around in the East. So what? And it coincidentally, so we have this Chopin competition. So why a kind of no history student, you should try something more easier, but why you jump to the top competition? Because I could not go to the West, so I said, okay, so maybe for the love for the Chopin, like my homage to Chopin, I want to visit his birthplace and play for him. So with this purpose, so I prepare for that. I'm not really sure that I can win this. At least if I am sure that I should win something, at least I have to prepare my dress. But even I did not have the dress, the concert dress.
So no tuxedo?
No tuxedo.
Oh.
So even now you can watch it on the YouTube. They come from that time, that Norman jacket, you know, hold the 3 rounds. And when I passed to the final round with the orchestra, very serious, and I get panicked. I said, oh, how I can get the formal clothes, and remain only 2 days. And then we look around, and on the shop it's empty. I very skinny, very slim, so no size. So finally, Minister of Culture ordered one tailor, 24 hours, make the suit for this guy. So I have it for my final stage.
I heard that you have no any experience for other competition, and even the public performance before Chopin competition. So
Zero.
So
no one go to competition. Never play any public concert. Never play with the orchestra. Never won any competition. Okay, and I came to the competition alone. No family, no teacher, no friend. No English. I could not know no words English, no money. So everybody fly, right? But because I have no money, so I have to take a train from Moscow to the Warsaw. And then on foot, go to the hotel.
How do you prepare for the competition in terms of repertoire selection and logistics?
At that time, no. Very difficult to get information. Mm-hmm. But in the school, I have some Polish students. So they brought for me the paper, the rule of the competition, and then I could prepare this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then to make sure, before going to Warsaw, voluntarily, I participate in audition for the Soviet contestant. They have to pass through the audition. First school audition, and then the state audition, and then full Soviet Union audition. They have passed 3 rounds. So I volunteered because like a Vietnamese, I need not to pass, but I want to compare how I can fairly with the other Soviet, because Soviet group always the strongest in competition. Yeah, and somehow I came number 1. So gave me kind of confidence. Yeah, so this is really important.
You also won the best mazurka, polonaise, and piano concerto. So what do you think was the biggest strength behind the sweeping victory?
Today is very easy. That you click in the YouTube, you click in the Google, you get a lot of things you can learn. At that time, very harder. But exactly why I'm saying that like my destiny, that when I go back to the story, my mother brought back all the recording. And this is played by Polish artists. So it really the authentic sense. What you should really feel this music that way. So come from my childhood. Yeah. So this help.
As a privileged and young pianist who survived the war and studied in Moscow for only 3 years, suddenly find yourself becoming a world renowned as the winner of the International Chopin Piano Competition. So how did you feel?
I was panic because I feel that become a pianist in 3 years is not ready. I'm not ready in many. I was really, I would much happy if I won the second or third prize, but not the first prize. I'm afraid of that because it comes with a responsibility. Because before me, it's all the history of the first prize. They are already become great artists. So I feel that this is, I cannot say that I'm not happy with that within the moment. I'm afraid of that.
Your year of International Chopin piano competition was legendary, especially with the resignation of Master Agrich in supporting of Ivo Pegorelics. As a pianist who was there, so what did you think of these 2 unique artists?
First of all, we have to clarify this scandal, because this scandal is very famous in the world, maybe the biggest in the history of Chopin competition. When Marta, she quit the competition when the Ivo Pogorelic could not pass to the final. So many people think that it's scandal between him and me, but no. Because when he could not pass to the final, nobody know who win the competition. Yeah, but Marta already she quit. Yeah, so it means that she protests the reason that Ivo could not pass to the final, but nothing against the first prize. So and that coincidentally that I win this. So and she already feels something. So that when she back to the Geneva after the 3rd round semifinal, she moved back, and when she learned that I won the first prize, she sent an official telegram, not like a today internet, official telegram to the competition, congratulations for my first prize. Yeah, so maybe she want to show the people that the scandal is nothing to do with the first prize. The scandal is something concerning about Pogorelic. That's the way. And Many years later, started 2010 competition and 2015 competition. We are both, Martha and me, in jury Chopin competition. And especially, she insists that I should sit next to her.
Oh.
Because so many noise around this scandal. And she wants to show people that it's two things different. Yeah. So I think he's such a generous artist, you know, and somehow I penalize. Yeah, I get some bad luck because of this, and she knows it. It kind of not intentionally, but happened like this, you know. So twice we sit together in the jury, and next, yeah.
Many years has passed, but the Chopin piano competition still remains the most eye-catching in the world of piano. So what do you think the special value of Chopin piano competition?
Chopin composed for the Chopin is like the biggest encyclopedia. All the challenge for the pianist is there in this music. So it means the method of the artist or the pianist who able to play Chopin, it already approved that. Not only that you understand, that you feel that Chopin music, but more in general. In terms of the technical view and the musical view, all the challenge is there. So that why I become famous because of that. Somehow already I sit 4 times, and if consider next year 2025, the next one, so will be my 5th. New young generation today, we live in different world. We have a modern world, we have a high tech, and so and it influence on the way to play. If you say, and I would say if Ivo Pogorelic play today, maybe he have a chance because today the exchange between the country, between the school, like a Russian school, French school, American school, is no like a big war like before. Before the Polish jury has some kind of, we call the kind of academic approach. Yes, so they want to defend that Chopin should only play this way, but not other way. But today it's more open. Even the Polish jury member, they more open-minded than before. Yeah. So today, quite different. And I would say, I would not name only one name, but I think they go with the trendy today, that Asian group dominating. Yeah. 2015, we have Sejong Cho, Korean. And then last time it's Bruce Liu, by the way, it's my student. Even though who could not pass, but clearly they are dominating. From 1980 and earlier, where the Asians appear in Western competition, it kind of privilege, you know. On the Western, they look at us with they admire, with the, especially girl come with a kimono, for example, wow, something like that. And we enjoy kind of privilege, but no more today. Today opposite. Today Asian group dominating by not only by quality of playing, but quantity, the number of the contestants dominating competition. So Asian is majority, and the opposite, no more privilege. Yeah, so it's harder competition.
可凡倾听下节预告。
What do you think is the influence of someone's cultural background over their understanding of music?
For me, my childhood, I grew up during the war. I cannot say patriotic in different way, national in my feeling. And it's really helped me.
After winning the Chopin piano competition, you didn't immediately leave Moscow and started a global tour. Was it an intentional choice, or were you compelled by your circumstances?
I could not get the visa to go to perform in America for almost 10 years. Yeah, so my first concert is 1989. It's not a question that people forget me, but they don't know me.
广告很短，马上回来。作为一位擅长诠释肖邦的钢琴家，邓泰山柔和敏感的气质，似乎与钢琴诗人充满诗意和情感深度的作品格外吻合。如何在不同的年龄阶段，将肖邦作品演奏出属于自己的独特神韵，这对于邓泰山而言，可能是一生都在琢磨的功课。
Now, Mr. Fu Cong spoke highly of you as the few pianists that have a true understanding of Chopin's language. So, what do you think is the influence of someone's cultural background over their understanding of music?
Yeah, I think the harder part for the foreign artists, pianists in Chopin competition, exactly. In terms of the technique, no problem. But how to get to the soul of the Chopin music? So first of all, I have to understand his life, Chopin's life. And we all know that Chopin, he's very fragile. He had not a strong hand condition, very sensitive. So in terms of the pianistically, like a human being, the sensibility side, I think that it's very close with my nature. I'm not the type to play big bodybuilder music like a Russian, Prokofiev, Tchaikovsky. I tend to be, so by my nature, I tend to be more to the like a Chopin, more delicate, more sensitive. And maybe because I was born in a family when my father is a poet, so there is some influence from the poetic. So the poetry of the Chopin melody, how make it singing, make it like a poetic on the piano is close to me. So it means I have a chant by nature. Other part is his feeling, patriotism. So, and then he composed Polonaise, Mazurka, and all kind of sense to have a sense of the nationalism against the outside aggressor. For me, my childhood, I grew up during the war, so maybe this feeling, I cannot say patriotism in different way, national in my feeling. And it's really helped me when I stand in Chopin in Warsaw in this great hall, Philharmonia Hall. Nobody know me, but I want through the music that people understand. It's the first time someone from Vietnam, So kind of, I feel very proud.
After winning the Chopin piano competition, you didn't immediately leave Moscow and started a global tour. Was it an intentional choice, or were you compelled by your circumstances?
I would say mostly intentionally, because I go back to this fact that I prepare only 3 years to become pianist today. So I feel that I'm not ready for this role. Poligny, the same thing. Whether Poligny, he won the first prize in Chopin, he was 18, and he closed the door. He did not give concert, and he said that he need to learn. So he closed the door and learning for 1 year, and after that he played. So my case, I said, I'm not only third year student in Moscow. I want to continue to study, to learn, to enlarge my repertoire, because I just mostly play Chopin, but now I have to learn more. So intentionally, I want to get more ready professionally. It is quite perfect, so that I am not ready for the big career, big lunch. Like today, anyone, when the first prize is the best chance for you to make the exposure for the worldwide audience, but not my case. And if you know a certain center, culture center, music center, and most important, one of the most important is New York, for example. I could not get the visa to go to perform in America for almost 10 years. Yeah. So my first concert is 1989. It's not a question that people forget me, but they don't know me. Very hard to get a visa. Yeah. So kind of double sense that I go back to Moscow because of that.
Having studied in Moscow for 10 years, so you have been profoundly influenced by Russian School of Music, especially your two mentors, Vladimir Natanson and Dmitry Bashkirov. So could you please talk about their different teaching style?
So Vladimir Natanson prepared me for the Chopin competition. So Professor Natanson, he was the oldest professor in school. I would say they have two names for the school, Russian school and Soviet school. They have a different. Russian school is old time, come back to the Horowitz tradition. Yeah. So at that time, very romantic. Russian school consider romantic and singing. Yeah, so make it singing. So perfect if you want to play Chopin. All you need this. So Natanson gave me own kind of requirement for the play Chopin. Then after Chopin competition, I finished school and go for the postgraduate. So I studied with Professor Dmitry Bashkirov, who is more like a Soviet school. So what is the difference? Soviet school, it started after the Second World War with the great name like Sviatoslav Richter, Emil Gilens, that the new generation, new trendy, is more intellectual. Yeah, balance, of course, still there, emotional and romantic still there, but more intellectual. Then, so Bashkirov gave me this, because play piano is not by intuition, it's not that you feel only by emotion, but more and more is kind of balance between the feeling and purpose. Yes, so this balance is very important. So the Bashkirov gave me, and also the term of the understand the structure, the form of the music, because like a Asian player, we all know that when we do something delicate, small thing, we do very well. But when you have to have a vision of the big cathedral, architecture of the big cathedral, no, it's not the case. Yeah, so we have to learn this. So this is, for example, the Western architecture structure that I learned from him. And I learned a lot of new repertory and Russian music and French music, and so this started with the Bashkirov. I have widened my repertoire.
You can give a precise demonstration of Russian techniques versus the French techniques. So what is your thoughts on the use of these two styles in today's music performance?
So basically when I started in Vietnam, when I started learning with my mother, so my mother had purely French school. Yeah, so because you know that Vietnam is the influence colonial of the French for many of almost a century, you know. Yeah, so my mother studied with a French teacher. Yeah, in Vietnam. So basically, my basic foundation it comes from French school, technically and everything. So it more specific, like a finger technique, very quickly. And then combined with the Russian technique more massive. I learned more massive technique, double note, chord, and vision, everything is big. So kind of fusion, merge of the two schools in my playing. And later now, it's like my identity. This is talk about the technique, but if talk about aesthetically, about my taste, and so I'm very close to the French school. Yeah, so everything is exquisite, sophisticated.
As a Chopin pianist, whose Chopin rendition do you like most?
Very interesting. It's changed from time to time. When I was in Moscow, when I was student, my idol is Horowitz, Rubinstein, Arthur Rubinstein. So now I love the trendy of the entrecôte from the French. They did kind of freedom, kind of rubato that make it really like a fish in the water. They're very close to me. Rubinstein still remain I'm quite loyal and very faithful with the Rubinstein tradition, kind of nobility of this simplicity and at the same time very noble Chopin player.
Apart from Chopin, you also have an extensive experience with the French repertoire. So do you have any preferred composers and why?
For example, Debussy and Ravel, mainly the two composed, and now I would add Gabriel Fauré as well. Actually, these French Impressionists, they created under the influence from the Oriental culture. Yeah, so pentatonic in the music from the Asian, from the Oriental, come to this. So that it actually French and Asian, they have many things in common. For me, when I played Debussy or Ravel, for me it looked like my imagination go with the color. I forget that I am like a musician, more like a painter. You choose the lighting, you choose the shadow, and you choose the color. Yeah. So and you create it in the sound, in the sonority, and with this I can get better balance. With the Chopin is always emotion, but with the Debussy and Ravel it's imagination.
Apart from Chopin record released by DG, it seemed that you have not extensively worked with some mainstream labels. Why?
My career maybe maybe not very orthodox like other artists. Maybe they very often they build their career, they think how to make their name. I'm far from that. I have my own philosophy, go by my own way. If you check my website, already 4 or 5 years, I did not update. This is so out of it, no information at all. Yeah. So talk very much about my personality. I care more if I still can play beautiful, can play well, make me happy. It not mean that how big my name. Sometimes the big name and with the artistic value, most of the case is they are go side by side, but not necessarily 100%.
可凡倾听下节预告。
So you have a very good student like Xiao Yuliu.
Competition is a good thing to discover the new talent, but sometimes can be easily destroy the talent. Yeah, so try to be, as we all want to make it fairly, often there is a turn a bitter taste. It feel very painful.
What do you think is the important thing about the study music?
Music is not only one art. The language of music is abstract. Who can say what you want to talk about when you play this piece or the other piece?
广告很短，马上回来。作为一位成名很早的钢琴家，邓泰山似乎并不追求更加广泛的知名度和持续的曝光率，只愿意把更多的兴趣投注于音乐本身。当年为致敬肖邦而参赛，却意外一战成名。如今渐渐将教学转为事业重心，又培养出了诸如华裔钢琴家刘晓瑜这样的新科肖邦大赛冠军，成就一段师生传承的佳话。这在外人看来可遇不可求的圆满，对邓泰山而言不过是顺其自然的结果。
In teaching, you get to know many students who are playing at different levels. So what is your core of teaching idea? So you have a very good student like Xiao Yu Liu.
Not intentionally, but my career slowly take a lot of part of the time and passion in the teaching. So today I'm teaching in 2 conservatory permanently and take more time on that and bring me joy because Bruce Liu is not only the first and not only the one. Already sensation started 2015 Chopin competition when I coach a couple of students and then they got 3 prizes, 3rd, 4th and 5th prize. Yeah, so this already the first kind of sensation. And then of course the biggest in the last edition, Bruce Liu and 6th prize in JJ Bui is also my student. First of me, I'm happy. I cannot say that I will get that, right? Yeah, but and again, it's like my people. I never do anything, but people come to me because I think if the word in their mouth, they know that, and that so today every week I got some email asking if I can coach them and here and then until the next year competition probably would be very busy. But have to be careful. Yeah, competition is a good thing to discover the new talent, but sometimes can be easily destroy the talent. Yeah, so try to be as we all want to make it fairly, so that but often there is a bitter taste. It will feel very pain if someone that you so believe that it should pass, that could not pass. Yeah, so they did. So finally, I think winning the competition does not only give you the highest visit card or diploma so that you can start in your career, but it not mean that how great you are. Not only beginning.
What do you think is the important thing about the study music?
Just a good question. Music. First of all, is different with the other art. We have any other art, literature, theater, visual art, and so on. They have a language, concrete. Yeah, when you see the painting, you know what it's talking about. They have, music, no. Music is not only one art. The language of music is abstract. Who can say what you want to talk about when you play this piece or the other piece? So when it's abstract like that, the capacity, the ability to express even wider. Many things you can share, but I'm sure each of us, even the thing that you cannot share, even with your parent, with your very close friend, you cannot. But you can share with the music. It's the most confidential, intimate friend of your long journey of the life.
Okay, thank you, Master.
My pleasure.
I learned a lot from your conversation. Thank you very much.